Oh, it's got a chest called Open. That's awesome. Welcome to the Temple of Klothys. I'm your host, High Priest of Klothys, and #1 CFB contributor, Aspiring Spike. Today in the temple, we're going to ask our benevolent Klothys for some miracle trophies with a Bant Valki Miracles deck. Though, to be honest, the true miracle would be our opponents winning even one game match. That's pretty good. So enjoy the gameplay and support the stream by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and buying a CFB Pro subscription using discount code SPIKE or affiliate code SPIKE and praising Klothys. Imagine calling 5-color control Bant Valki. I mean, it's a Bant deck, and we've got 2 Rakdos cards in it. Let's do this. Look, it's a Bant deck. Just a Bant deck. Nothing else to see here. We did 5-0 with this deck yesterday after doing an 0-2 drop, but honestly, I feel like both the matches we dropped were like maybe winnable. I didn't change too much. Obviously, we just 5-0'd, so I don't want to mix things up too much. I'm liking the mana base. I kind of want to play like maybe Hinterland Harbor #2 over Glacial Fortress #4, but I've been liking having a lot of check lands. I feel like that feels pretty good. And then also, I ended up cutting the second Seal of Cleansing for the first Kataki. Someone on Twitter was like, hey, Kataki's pretty good against these affinity decks. And I feel like being able to like bring to light for either one of these is pretty good. And you could also just draw this and cast it. Might be like a little awkward with Brainstone, just like, because these will just sit and play a lot of the time. But I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Now we have one Reflecting Pool. I decided that I wanted to go down on the pools because you don't have like the Sultai Triome to just like get you don't have a Bant Triumph to just get like all your colors and then double up on those. But I still think 1 is good. Oh. I think we can keep this on the play. It's obviously like a little slow. But we're a Miracles deck. I probably would play a Cling to Dust as a unmarked grave target, even in this deck. I like the Bone Shards. I don't like Profane Tutor, although it is kind of cool that you can get these lands. Maybe Profane Tutor is actually good in your deck. I feel like the card's probably a little slow. Maybe if you're gonna play Profane Tutor, you don't want 4. You could probably play 2 or 3. I'd play Liliana of the Veil in this deck as well, especially with like this like plan B, just kind of hardcast your stuff plan. I feel like Liliana of the Veil is a card your deck wants in the main deck. I'd also play Kataki over Stony Silence in the sideboard in this current metagame. I know that your main question was about the mana, so I guess let's take a look at that. I feel like it looks pretty good. I feel like I like 23 lands. Your white splash is pretty doable. Maybe I don't know that the 2 basic planes. I think I probably would just play 1 basic planes. But this looks pretty good to me. You can also maybe be a smallpox deck. You could maybe like just try what it would look like to play flagstones and then the white black filter land and then smallpox. Smallpox maybe is just really good in your deck. But that would be like, pretty different deck construction. I don't like the Adept Betrays. I wasn't impressed with it really at all when I was playing with the card. Teamer lands and an Opt. Interesting. Alright, so I think those are my thoughts. A few different directions you could go, but good first draft. Probably like the best use of Cabal Coffers I've seen. What do you think about Ragavan and Obosh? I think it's great in in both like the Gruul and Mono Red Obosh decks. What do you think of the Grief Living Endless? I like it a lot. I think it's very good. I would recommend it. Oh, do they have a Force of Negation? That'd be pretty good. I'm gonna use Archmage's Charm here. I guess I could maybe have gone Steel or Rhino on their turn, so I could have Force up. They couldn't force back. Maybe that was better. We're out of gas. Guess we have Lurrus. But no Bauble. No Brainstone yet. Let's see how many more payoffs they have. They only have, usually 8 of these in their deck. They've already played 2. They sack their Islet immediately. We just get a tapped Fountain. A couple MTG podcasts listening have been talking about, I think Urza Saga is a big problem. I have watched for days. Do I still disagree with those statements? I mean, I don't know that I necessarily disagree. I just kind of feel like I'm still forming my opinion. I've been playing a lot of hate for Urza Saga decks in my sideboard for, you know, the last like 2 weeks, basically the whole time. And I've been beating most of the Urza Saga decks. Like those decks, the card is like very soft to hate cards like Alpine Moon, Spreading Seas, Engineered Explosive, Shatterstorm, Creeping Corrosion. I just feel like the card has been very, very beatable for me, and so I just don't feel like it's gonna end up being like Hogak levels of broken. It may tend to be just like it may prove to be too good of a card, but I'm not, you know, sweating it too much at the moment, I guess. Yeah, and Holy Heat is really good. Yeah, Wear Tear, of course, you just 1 mana answer it. There's just a ton of answers to it, especially like when you compare it to other cards that have been like too good in the format. Like there are no good answers like Faithless Looting, Arkham's Astrolabe, Uro. Like, you know, these cards are just like incredibly difficult to hate out because how cheap they are. Urza Saga is 6 mana. You know, it's a 6 mana card that you can't really play on turn 1 unless you have Springleaf Drum and a 0-drop. And man, we're flooding out pretty bad. They suspend Greater Gargadon. Can we draw something? Brainstone would be maybe good. Oh, can hardcast this. They probably have a counterspell though, but what am I to do here? Not cast this? No way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people would play like main deck ley lines, like 6+ sideboard cards for Hogak, and still just have a bad matchup. And this is very different, where I found that if I play like 3-4 hate cards for Urza Saga decks, I just feel like I've got good matchups against them, which is probably a very good place to be. Okay, so we can Prismatic Ending that, and we have a lot of answers to Rhinos. This is an answer to Rhinos. Let's go ahead and start off with this. I'm not saying that Urza Saga is like a well-designed card, and I'm not saying that there are no problems associated with it. So I don't want to steal a Rhino because they have Greater Gargadon here to sack a Rhino. So instead I think I'm just going to draw 2. If I draw another Prismatic Ending, I'll want to be able to exile a Rhino right now. Charburger, 15 months, thank you for your subscription. Hope you're having a good day. Maybe we can Entreat the Angels. Lose to restore balance, I guess. Yeah, it's absolutely true that your hate cards like Explosives, Wear Tear, they're good in other matchups too. Absolutely. So these are just all my kind of loose opinions on the card. The card's very good. It's very good, but time of making this comment, I'm not too worried. Be good if, I guess it may be good if they play another Rhinos. I mean, only good if we can find a Terminus, but we're like 23 cards without seeing one. We have a Brainstone. We can find a Terminus. Or Entreat, I guess. Is Maelstrom Pulse just good? Maybe it is, yeah. I think I'm going to draw 2 before I Brainstone. I know that this means that if we hit Terminus on the top 3 and don't find a cantrip, we get got. I guess I'm going to tap draw in their beginning of combat step because of Greater Gargadon. Lose to a Counterspell. How's Plague Engineer as a sideboard card? Pretty good. There's like a decent amount of tribal decks. Missed your previous league with this deck. Are the CMCs carried enough to play Counterbalance? I don't know. I don't think that you want to be playing Counterbalance. I mean, I want to be playing Counterbalance. I don't know that you should be playing Counterbalance though. Kind of think it's better to leave those at home right now. I just don't feel like Brainstone isn't an okay enabler with counterbalance, but I think that it's a much worse enabler than like Mystic Sanctuary was. Oh no. Haven't found a Terminus. I guess we can Prismatic Ending a Rhino. I think I'm just gonna Brainstone again. Okay. I kind of felt like they had a Counterspeller before. I guess I'll go ending this. Wait, can I have 7 mana if I play my Fortress? Okay, so let's go. This. Ending a Rhino. Which they'll sack, and then in their combat, I guess we don't get to draw a card if we bounce. Maybe I'll just pass. Yeah, if we bounce draw, we don't get to draw. Maybe just good to get the Rhino off the board though. I don't know what's in their hand. I put Tibalt on top, right? Sure hope so. It stinks I just not to ever find a Terminus this game. I guess we counter this. I know the Gargadon's just gonna kill us though if we don't find an answer to it off the Tibalt. I'm pretty sure I put it on top. I guess we get the Bauble, then we can find something off of that. Things aren't looking too good though. Probably not a great matchup. Did stack it right. Wasn't sure, to be honest. So we need to find a Counterspell. Or I mean, if they have a counter, if they have 3 cards in their hand, and I think that they're spells, so if they just have a Counterspell, they win. They let it go. Okay. So now we get a couple looks. Top card is Bauble, shuffle. I don't know why they'd be doing this now. Oh, to play around counterspells, of course. Of course. So now I need to draw exactly Cryptic Command, which I think I only have 1 copy left. No, I could draw Terminus. Or Entreat the Angels. So I have 5 outs here. 5 outs, 27 cards. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's go! Awesome. What a match. What a match. But it says SMH. SMH indeed. A real miracle, yeah. Well, so they go to no cards in their hand. We have this Tibalt's. What's up? We don't have like very many lands left in our deck. I guess we could maybe get some from them. Okay, we could actually Force of Negation. We can actually Force of Negation. It's kind of sick. Yeah, this is fun. We just play the lands back with Tibalt. Maybe I should force that, actually. Because they could, like, find Borrower and I can't answer that on my turn. And then it's like, this just guarantees I get to Emblem Tibalt. I can't cast the Rhinos, right, with Tibalt? I don't think so. Oh no, they didn't draw Borrower, did they? There's no way. There's no way they drew Borrower. Okay. They didn't draw it. Alright, let's just go ahead and draw, like, literally 50 cards. You Lurrus? Guess so. Oh, maybe I was supposed to Prismatic Ending the As Foretold this turn. It's fine. You have a million counterspells for their spells. They have a Lightning Bolt at top, which is manageable. We're also not done drawing cards, of course. Ideally, we can find some more blue cards in hand for Force of Negation, you know? I mean, I guess, you know, like, a bunch of these cards aren't real cards because we can't, like, play the Restore Balances, the Footfalls. And there are a lot of exiled fetch lands. Whose fetch lands are whose? Who knows? Tibalt's emblem, Tibalt's ultimate is a pretty ridiculous effect. Yeah, imagine playing this match in paper and you have the same sleeves. So I'm going to counter this, and then they're going to bolt my Lurrus, and we can force. Oh, one of these forces is there, so we only play 3. Yeah, so how Converge works with Tibalt, as we found out yesterday, is you still have to, it really just cares about the actual colors you spent. It doesn't care about, like, translating the colors. Be infinite life Heliod with Tibalt. Yeah, this Heliod is one of the deck's best matchups usually. Okay, we won game 1, which is an accomplishment. Seal of Cleansing can answer there as foretold. I'm gonna want the disputes, the veils. They're playing Ren in 6. Maybe I'll play like 1 Prismatic Ending. And then Explosives is probably a better answer to their Rhinos than Terminus is. So maybe we just do like this. Maybe we could play 1 Terminus. Probably not that necessary. Do we want Entreat? Entreat seems probably cuttable. Tibalt's so much better because it doesn't get Restore Balanced. Am I just low on Spell Snare? No, but this deck has, you know, a lot of 1-mana spells already with the 4-mana Brainstone. Spell Snare is also, you know, not great against the Urza Saga decks. They don't have like too many 2-drops. I do, yeah, like beating the Urza Saga decks is, you know, something like I think you should be trying to do as a control deck, right? Because you're supposed to, when you build your control deck, try to target like the top few decks of the format. Try to feel like you have a good matchup against them. Did someone clip the Terminus moment? I don't know. I've just been streaming the whole time. Haven't been looking at the clips. Alright, let's keep this. You know what? When we cut the Terminuses, our Brainstones also get like a lot worse. Although they're maybe okay against like Restore Balance in this matchup. Tempest of Thought, thanks for your Twitch Prime subscription, buddy. Appreciate ya. That was a crazy first game to start the stream off with. Long game 2. Ooh, an untapped quad land. Was this the Terminus clip? No, I could draw Terminus. Or Entreat the Angels. So I have 5 outs here. 5 outs, 27 cards. It's not too bad. Let's go! Awesome. Prime had it in the chat before it even happened. Must have been reading the script. I think I kind of like just getting Seal of Cleansing down here. If they go as foretold into like Rhinos, we have Verdict to clean up the Rhinos. The sideboard guide for this deck. I have built this deck yesterday on stream. I played one league, and now this is like, or I played a league and a half, and then this is our second league. So, I don't have a sideboard guide for it yet, but maybe I'll be writing about it for Channel Fireball Pro next week. Is my arm okay? I'm just a little Irish boy, and I've got skin that turns red whenever it meets contact with anything, but no, it's fine. Spin Gargadon, pass. Cool. In the clear, maybe. They're digging for force, maybe. It is kind of nice, like, if you get these out, like, their restore balance is a little less impactful. What's the verdict on Break the Ice? Good sideboard card if Tron is popular, but Tron's just not that popular right now. It's also not like there are snow decks at the moment. I think I'll just play this tapped. We got some time here. You know, I'm not sure that Tron's bad at the moment. In fact, like, the metagame feels pretty grindy, which is usually where Tron can find some success. But people are still wanting to, I think, play with the cool new cards, which is, like, been the meta, is people are playing with the new cards. And that might change as time goes on, and things adjust a bit, and I certainly expect Tron to come back at some point. Alright, let's just let this go, Seal of Cleansing it, and then we can counter anything they play off of it. Okay. I could maybe use Brainstone here. I think I'm gonna. Brainstone's, we don't have Terminus in our deck anymore, or Entreat. Only get to shuffle one card away, but going Bring to Light here with Force of Negation up seems like a really big game. What do you think about Sanctifier and Vec? It's a good card. It's, like, very good against Dredge, but one big problem is it is not that good against the food decks, because, like, their big graveyard card that you're trying to beat up on is Feasting Troll King, which is green and not black or red, so it's got some problems in the metagame, I guess. You're gonna call Force of Negation up? I'm gonna up on their turn. I know what Force of Negation does, but what I mean by that is I feel safe to tap out for Bring to Light, because even if they Force of Negation my threat, I can Force of Negation their threat. But I know what the card does, yeah. Sanctifier Disappeared. Yeah, it's not. You probably bring it in, but it's not as good as Rest in Peace, I think, against the food decks. It's a good in like Impure Recruiter decks as a tutor target. Hey, Beta. Still on the Mono Red Phoenix list? Yeah, I feel it's pretty good. I didn't play it yesterday. My plan today is to play like 2 leagues of this, 1 or 2 leagues of the Zombie Bombardment deck later, and then assuming that deck goes bad, which it probably will, we'll play like a league of Mono Red Phoenix. Play Lurrus with double Counterspell up, and then we don't get to Brainstone. I think that's fine. Just cast Lurrus, no Brainstone this turn. I see the blue-red for your Doom play yesterday. Yeah, that deck looked pretty good. Looked pretty good. I also feel like you could maybe just build a maybe I could cast Seal of Cleansing. Okay. This feels fine to me. Well, we haven't played the Zombie Bombardment deck, but I'm not like really expecting it to be sick. Pretty happy with that exchange. But I think it'd be fun, and there might be something there. It's also just like a first draft of like what is a very, very difficult build to build deck, and in an archetype that's probably not that competitive, which is not a great combo. They suspend a second Gargadon. Hey, Kurt Bros, how you doing? I'm just gonna hold Brainstone and Misty to shuffle away. Yeah, apparently Doom got two like back-to-back 5-0s with the Urza deck. That deck does seem pretty good, and we have to get at least one to pass Doom again today. What happened to the Supreme Verdict? I pitched it to Force on an As Foretold. Kataki was playing it yesterday. Did I see it? I don't see that now. I'm gonna fetch up my upkeep, so I don't tap out of double counterspell. Unless you're on black red instead of Mardu, is that for mana purposes? Well, I'm a zombie tribal deck with this zombie bombardment deck. What would I be playing the white for? The black-white guy, whenever a zombie enters, you drain? Have you seen the deck Deceive is playing? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I watched like half of his stream with it yesterday. Looks decent. Pretty Deceive style too. The list of Doom played, didn't even feel like it was healer on the strategy. Yeah, those decks have been really hard to build, for sure. It's also like very true that when you play a deck like that, where it's not like your opponents aren't exactly sure what's going on, it's like very hard to play against, which is, you know, a big part of the reason why decks like that are gonna 5-0, and it's a big part of the reason why like I 5-0 with, you know, brand new brews all the time. So, you know, I think it's just because of that, it's like kind of hard to call any like fresh deck broken. It's honestly becoming just a bit of a meme, calling every new deck that you trophy with broken. Ronan, or Shearing, thank you for your 9-month resubscription. Appreciate you. Skuller and the Drain Zombie? Yeah, I'm honestly not super high on either of them. I have played a decent amount of the zombie decks, but I mean, you could absolutely do that, right? You're gonna Force of Negation this? I guess I'll Veil. Cool. Well, nice. Is Lantern plus Karn a good spot? Karn is a very good card in the metagame, yeah. I feel like a Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl Karn deck is probably in a good spot. And then the Brainstones also like are very good with the Valki plan because you can shuffle back some dead Valkis that you draw. So I feel like there's a lot of good overlap here. Okay, keep this. It is funny to me that like we have people. Sorry about the. Oh no! Come on. So many misclicks the last couple days. This feels so bad with this hand. Sorry about the lawnmower outside too. It's Wednesday. It is funny that you have people like, is Lurrus gonna get banned? Lurrus is nuts. And then you also have people that, you also have Burn players that just still like, straight up aren't playing that card as like over any 15th sideboard card. Is there any argument for building this deck with Jace over Lurrus? Yeah, you could absolutely do that. You could absolutely build it that way, and that might be the correct way to build it. Oh, this hand is so much better if I play this Triome here. We can just draw a land. This is probably a great matchup too. Terminus is so good against them. Let me hold the Counterspell. I don't know if there's a checklist card for Valki. Do I still believe in Temur Rhinos? So I like that. Actually, like the 4-color versions that are just playing Ardent Plea too. And Teferi Time Raveler. I kind of was feeling like Temur was better because I thought Subtlety was a playable card, but Subtlety just kind of sucks. So I like the 4-color versions that cut Subtlety and splash white for Ardent Plea. I think that's the best way to build the deck. Would be down to play something similar to Naseeb's list. I mean, I played the Jeskai Monkey Blade recently. I don't know. I mostly just try to build my own decks here, right? Let Naseeb have his deck, right? For a little bit. It's also like... Yeah. I've also never been like a big fan of playing like the 4-color good stuff piles. Arc, thank you for 6-month resub. Appreciate ya. Best logic I've heard from burn players, it causes people to keep better hands against them. But Lurrus can just like be anything. But maybe you're right. I think I'm gonna let Strangleroot guys come down. This way I can play Triumph tap next turn and have a Counterspell up, and then maybe we can find a Terminus or a Brainstone. What was my tweet about having fun in Match Look last night? Since was I shitposting or being sincere? I was being sincere. I was being sincere. You think I thought I was shitposting about having fun? Yeah, it's been great. It's been having a good time. Is it having 2 bad triumphs kind of awkward? Yeah, I mean it's not free. But whatever. Like this deck definitely like doesn't mind having triumphs as much as other decks, right? Because it doesn't have like cheap threats it's trying to deploy. But you're right, it has a cost associated with it, of course. I could maybe, if I just draw a white source, steal Hierarch. Yeah, I can actually just steal Ignoble Hierarch and then Terminus next turn if I want to. What's the logic between having 2 Triomes that are in there but not the Rug one? I mean, I would rather have the... I mean, tapping for white is more relevant than tapping for green in this deck. This deck has a lot of white cards. It has some double white cards even. So I don't think that you want 2 blue-green Triumphs. I think you'd have to have 1 blue-white then 1 blue-green in either way. So I can go like... I guess I'm just going to counter this. We could take 1 more hit. Yeah, there is a lot more outside. Usually how it goes is they mow for like 20 minutes, and then I don't know why, like in 3 hours they'll be outside again. I guess they're just probably re-whacking. Right, pass back. And we can like draw 2 end of turn, and then probably hit our 6 land to hardcast. Someone say 5-0. They'll say it in 4 matches from now, Doom. Congrats on your double trophy. That deck looked really good. That was Da Vinci's deck, right? I was definitely feeling it. I need to counter Yogg. And then get tapped Fountain. Untap land lets us Terminus. Terminus lets us Terminus. Brainstone might let us Terminus if we draw Bauble. We theoretically have 1 more turn as well. Okay, got there. You only have 1 white. I can fetch for a 2nd white source, my friend. I can fetch for a fountain. Yeah, Terminus dealing with Undying in 2021 in Modern. It's pretty cool. No Giralf's Messenger, please. No Strangleroot guys off the top. Did the deck you're facing get any new toys? I got Grist is like the big new one. Alright, Entreat is staying in the deck. Must be good. Must be good. Do you see a question about Fury? No, I didn't. What was your question about Fury? You got a cord for 1? They don't play Coco, do they? Cord for Athena? Cord for Hierarch? They tapped their peatlands, now they just died to the Angels, but what are they gonna do? What happened to my elbow? You ever seen an Irish person before? You just touch anything. You just touch anything. Oh, well, I guess I'm just digging my elbow here. But this just happens to our skin, you know? It just gets real red when it is on the armrest. Oh, Spore Fog would have been funny. Make a look at elbow command, yeah. I appreciate the concern, but yeah. It's my life. Probably not going to sideboard too much. I feel like our main deck has like all the exile removal, and our sideboard has like destruction-based removal with explosives, which just doesn't seem to be really where we want to be when we have access to Verdict and Terminus, which are better sweepers. Maybe we can cut like the third force for the first explosives. Timely reinforcements almost seems reasonable to play too. I think this is fine. Yeah, I mean, our main deck's really good against them, I think. My accent doesn't sound Irish. I'm of Irish heritage, but you know, in the States. Why play the Bauble? It's good with Lurrus. It's also kind of it's also good with Miracles, where if you on your turn Brainstone Terminus to the top, you can crack Bauble, then Miracle Terminus on your opponent's turn. But it also works with our Lurrus companion. Bauble is also just the best cantrip in Modern, by the way. Ooh, Bombardment seems pretty good in Yawgmoth. Do they splash for that? The Jund Hierarch does seem pretty free, I agree. Our Brainstorm Lurrus is good enough. We've won our last 6 matches with this deck. 5-0 with it yesterday. Up a game. Seems, you know, to be at least playable. Pretty small sample size, though. Hasn't Bombardment list been doing well? We're going to play some later today, hopefully. I meant to play some yesterday. I think I got kind of distracted with this. Yeah, Grist and Yawgmoth seems pretty good. I agree with that. Alright, good card in the matchup for sure. With this, they probably can't draw Messenger next turn. I'm going to play the Triome. I'm not sure if this is good. Famous last words, perhaps. Oh, also shout out to our Bant Triome with the Yavimaya. Isn't just better than Path? I mean, it's not just when the phrase "just better" is like really hard to comment on, right? Because almost every Magic card has strengths over other Magic cards. Where Path to Exile is good to answer like Delve Creatures, Reality Smasher, Arc-like Phoenix. Okay, let's pass one more turn here. So like it's very rare that any card is just better than another card, but Prismatic Ending I do think is better in the main deck than Path to Exile right now. Yes. I think it looks a little silly versus Dash Ragavan. Yeah, and Path to Exile looks a little silly against turn 1 Ragavan. Do I steal the bird? They can court for Yawgmoth. Sack the bird. It's just draw 2. I'm hoping they don't court down. I hope they play scared of Force of Negation. I mean, they might not have it. Probably do. We also could have drawn a sweeper. They definitely have it. They're just not sure if they want to go for it. We'll just flip a Terminus. It'll be fine. Hopefully. Well, maybe my opponent doesn't have it. Maybe they're just like... Maybe they just yield until end of turn and then went to use the restroom or something. They're going to court for 3. Oh, wait. When did they court for 4? Can't they have Wall of Roots? Already used Wall this turn. Ah, I see. Well, that's pretty good for us then. They get their messenger, put me down to 9. We flip Terminus. What? We didn't flip Terminus. Unlucky. Think it's worth playing off-color Shocks Triumphs make ending better? No, not. Maybe in a 2-color deck it's okay. In a 3-color deck I don't think you need to. This deck is not just doing that here, if that's what you're asking. We have a Valky's in our deck that we want to be able to hardcast. It'd be funny if they grist and I can't Force of Negation. Yeah, we have a Verdict in our deck. I mean, we can just bring to light for Valki, exile the Messenger if we draw a land. They have one card left. That card is a spell, seems. Hopefully it's the Force of Negation, a bull spell. Oh boy, it's not. We're dead, right? Yeah. It's a good spell, huh? You cannot Force of Negation Grist. Grist is a 1/1 insect on the stack. Got a deck tech for Little Fit. Whenever you're ready, buddy. I feel like we're a lot better off on the play. This matchup is probably just revolves all around Terminus too. Yeah, just put the list here. John Ragavan, cool. So I've been looking at kind of building this deck myself. I think that this is one way to build it. With Liliana plus Blood Moon, which is probably pretty good at the moment. I think Blood Moon's like in a pretty good position. So I like this version. You can also build this with Lurrus. And maybe that's the more boring version. But let's talk about this build. I would play at least the 7th main deck discard spell. And then the what I've been doing in these decks is playing 4 Inquisition, 3 Thoughtseize main deck, and then having the 2nd Thoughtseize in the sideboard. You want 4 Thoughtseizes in a lot of matchups. It's like blue-white control, big mana, combo decks, Titan decks. You really want that 4 Thoughtseize. I'm not as big a fan of Unearth without Lurrus. You also only have like 14 targets for it. Ragavan's fine to Unearth, but not crazy. Like you're just paying. No, you're not really doing too anything crazy unearthing a Ragavan. So I would go down to 1, maybe 0. Let's keep this. Getting Sultai Triome. Getting Sultai Triome, then top decking Terminus. I guess we could play Fortress on turn 1 in case we Terminus to exile their 1-drop. I think I'm just not going to draw Terminus. Hazoret is, I'm not sure, better than Chandra Torch of Defiance. Or like Croaks at number 3. Or Turok. Turok might be better too. So I would kind of consider playing those instead. But, if Hazoret's just nuts, or if you just love the card, then by all means, play it. Right now in this metagame, I would play the 4th Shattering Spree over the 2nd Angrath's Rampage. I've been really, really liking Shattering Spree. All right, let's see if my plan of just not drawing the Terminus is going to work. Whew, close one. They have a Chord of Calling on top. Good card to know about. Actually, you know what? I feel like I would play... I feel like I'd actually play one some number of Kolaghan's commands over Unearth. So Unearth seems a bit better than Kolaghan's command to me in this deck. Not today, Veil of Summer. Not today. Alright, so we draw land, we get to Tibalt. What I like better, Shattering Spree or Shattering Storm? Shattering Spree index with mostly red sources, so I have this deck. I like Shattering Spree. Would it make sense to buy into MTGO fetch lands now? I have no idea what the MTGO economy looks like. I don't know, maybe. Although I kind of was thinking about the other day about maybe just like, maybe doing that for myself, just buying cards. Ooh. Oh, I can't Terminus and put Lurrus in my hand. I feel like we need the Terminus though. Why don't you tap for white? Feels bad. There's Chord of Calling mystery card. Do I want to force Chord of Calling? Are they going to Chord of Calling for 1? I don't really care that much if they do. They're going to Chord of Calling for 2. Probably don't care that much about that either, compared to like the option of Lurrus Bauble here. Veil is no savage summoning, yeah. Any advice for someone who wants to start grinding on MTGO? Well, first things first, you got to establish your goals. Do you want to master a specific deck? Are you just trying to win and generate as much value as possible? Are you looking to like brew? You got to establish those goals, and then I would recommend using a rental service. Rental service like makes it so much easier to switch decks and just not like put a huge amount of money up front. Ooh. All right, I'll Bauble them. That was a good get though, and they're drawing Messenger too. Wow. We get to bring to light next turn for Tibalt, but then Tibalt dies to Voidwalker. If we don't exile it, we have to exile the Voidwalker, otherwise they can Voidwalker my Tibalt. And then I guess we could just block Lurrus on Messenger. Lurrus isn't doing that much now that oh, come on. If they have Veil of Summer, we get to complain about that card. Oh, we also, like, if we can get Voidwalker into play, Voidwalker is very good against them. Please don't have Veil of Summer, please. Please, I'm begging you. Come on! I hate Veil of Summer so much. This card sucks, dude. I hate Veil of Summer with just a burning passion. The second Veil this game, right? Yeah. Maybe I was supposed to plus. Yeah, we get Tibalt to get next turn unless we draw Tibalts. But they also have, you know, 2 new cards in their hands, right? It's not like they're definitely going to brick on those draw steps. They're thinking about what they want to do. Just so over Veil. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have Counterspell. Take me, take Tibalts. Alright, not going to block the Messenger this turn. It's also possible that we need to Force of Negation. Like, we need to Force of Negation Eldritch Evolution this turn. And we also need to deal with this, because if we don't deal with this, they get to Tibalt. They definitely have a spell. Just draw Terminus. Yeah, Terminus would be really good. Terminus into Bring to Light plus. Only have 2 left in the deck. I mean, we just have to do this. If they drew a third Veil of Summer, I'll just concede, but we have to exile the Voidwalker, otherwise they get to play their own Tibalt. Although maybe we could have tried to Force of Negation it. Probably not reasonable. Oh, I also cited out my Entreat. So if this Tibalt dies, I straight up can't win this game. I guess if I could maybe win off the back of Voidwalker. I'll concede to Veil of Summer. I will just concede to Veil of Summer. I also just can't believe the whole float mana for a minute. They tanked so long in the Veil. Are they just messing with me? Oh my gosh, they're just messing with me. Opponent. You don't know who you're messing with? So I feel like they actually know exactly who they're messing with. Alright, so now we have to win with Voidwalker. I guess we could Voidwalker, attack Grist, then like win with Grist. Because I cited out my Entreat. Can't you get back your own Tibalts? What? No, my Lurrus is dead, if that's what you're saying. Voidwalker can cast Tibalt because it's exiled with a Void counter? What? That's crazy. No, a card an opponent owns with void counter. Yeah, a card an opponent owns with void counter. Okay, that's more reasonable. Also just dying to Drolf's Messenger. But I think that we're going to need to win the game with Grist. Taking 4 this turn. Oh, I can steal the Kitchen Finks. I need to steal the Grist. The Grist is like my way to win this game, you know? What a weird game. If we could just draw an answer to this messenger. I didn't side out Entreat? I sincerely thought that I sided out Entreat the Angels. I really thought I sided out Entreat the Angels. Oh my gosh, it's just amateur hour here. What a match. My top card is Misty Rainforest. Shuffle. And I just cast Entreat, right?
Where is paper?
Paper for the printer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but we can't use it while I'm streaming.
Oh, I'm not trying to print. I just need the paper. Oh, here's some.
You're not trying to print. Oh, you used. I see.
I just want blank paper.
Got it. Got it.
I found some.
Okay. Congratulations. So they get a top deck. We can maybe draw a blue card to force if their spell's a non-creature. We can block here. They do get to trade Messenger for an Angel. We're dead. We're dead to Messenger. We're dead to Yawgmoth. We're dead to Eldritch Evolution or Court of Calling if we don't draw a blue card.
You're dead to Esther.
This is fine. Opponent is also playing still so incredibly slow.
Do you want some more coffee? I'm gonna make some for me.
Yeah, I'll take some. Block.
Why did you bring your toy in?
Go to 1. Did draw a blue card. It's a very good blue card too. Oh, Voidwalker stops the Undying. Nice. Kind of feel like my opponent doesn't know that. I didn't know it. I didn't realize it either. Be awesome if they drew a second Messenger thinking that that was a lethal top deck. This has been a crazy match. I totally thought I boarded out Entreat. I really thought I boarded out the Entreat. I guess never board out the Entreat. Actually, I feel like the Entreat is actually necessary to have another win condition. I guess I'm gonna Grist, right? Who needs to be at any more life total than this? And then number of creature cards in your graveyard, so 2. Well, that's not going to do that much. I was going to get in for 8, leave Insect back to block the Arbor Elf, or Dryad Arbor. Entreat is the best card in my deck. Maybe it is, yeah. I didn't mill an Insect. It's pretty unlucky. I don't want to use my Cryptic on this. That's probably fine. Draw more counterspells. Entreat is the perfect backup win con. I mean, that's like exactly what it's in the deck for, of course. But why Bant Miracles with Valki? Well, the Brainstones overlap really well with the Bring to Light for Valki game plan, where you can, Brainstone away the Valkis, and then Prismatic Ending's kind of better than Push, and then once you kind of identify that you believe Prismatic Ending is better than Push, kind of makes sense to be Bant instead of the Sultai for this shell, like we've been playing in the past, and then if you already want to be playing Brainstone, it makes a lot of sense to add Terminus to the deck. Because Brainstone and Terminus work really well together. And the deck has just been good so far. I agree that this deck is a work of art. I really feel great about how the deck looks. We've won our last 7 matches with it. I think we keep this. Turn 1 ending's pretty good. The hand needs some help though. That's some help for sure. Not the most impressive turn 2 from our opponent. Yeah, man, the top of our library really cooperated with us this game. Yeah, I agree that this deck looks pretty nutty. We've just kind of been killing with it. Although we are of course top decking really well. I like to say my evaluation brainstorm is that it was shit. You're making me look bad with all these trophies. Well, I've only trophied once with this deck, but I feel like we're gonna be 3-0. Just a feeling I've got playing against the sewer. I'm gonna bounce this vent, draw a card. Let me get a fountain. Maybe a bit of a spew, but I really want to just draw a land in Cryptic. Or sorry, bring to light. Island Plains, beautiful. I mean, if this dies, we're actually kind of out of gas. That's not true. We have Lurrus. We've got... Can just hardcast Entreat. It did die. I couldn't force. Didn't have a blue card. I have Inquisition, which can take Entreat. Okay. And we hit, of course, two lands here. Okay. Sure. Opponent still in it. They do take the Entreat. Alright, it's kind of nice that Brainstone turns, like, because we have these lands here, Brainstone's pretty helpful. I think is it better to hold up Force of Negation or put Lurrus in my hand? I think I'm going to put Lurrus in my hand. Save the Force for, like, turn 7 where they could... Cauldron, maybe? I'm not sure about this. Alright, Force was the better line this turn. But Batterskull is also just like a super duper beatable card. Yeah, I think I'll just cast Lurrus with Cryptic up. No Bauble, but that's okay. Not really scared of Batterskull. Lurrus then Stone if you need to Force. Yeah, maybe. Do I want to counter draw or counterbalance? I think I'll counterbalance the germ token. It's pretty bad if their last card is a removal spell for Lurrus. But they can't Prismatic Ending. They can Fatal Push off Silent Clearing though. They can Vindicate. Okay, you cannot play 7 mana Lurrus from the grave now. Okay, I chose really good on the bounce there. Golly. Brainstone. I guess we can go Prismatic Ending, Sophie, attack, shuffle. Cast Brainstone or hold up Force? I think I just hold up or cast the Brainstone. Is this the Decklist Deceive said was 18-2? I'm currently 7-2 with this deck. So I don't know. It seems like the information's crossed there, I guess. Yeah, we could actually Prismatic Ending Batterskull, but I think this is the better option. I can also just cast Valki as a creature. I probably think I'd rather just have a Brainstone though. We theoretically have the chance to try to dig for Force too. The sewer deck? Oh yeah, that deck's good. We're talking about our opponent's deck. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Alright, let's look for blue card for Force. We're very likely to hit. Could brick, though. Get Brainstone locked. There we go. Point for Supreme Verdict over Terminus, I guess. They could have drawn 2 removal spells. Now they just back it in. Lurrus is crazy. Let's bring in the Veils. The Seal of Cleansing is probably pretty good. Probably want to play like 1 or 0 Force of Negations. Terminus is probably a card we can trim onto, like 2 Terminus. Yeah, it's classic complaints about Veil. Also has Veil on the sideboard. What do you steal their equipment? And Tidehole if they play that. I can't remember. Should maybe look at the list. I can't remember who it was. Who was it that's like 19-1 with this deck? I just searched 19-1. I can. It's Gazmon. Shout out to Gazmon48. 19-1 with this deck. Voidwalker, Stoneforge, Turok, Lingering Souls. So maybe I want explosives. Kataki, Firewalker, Ashiok. Ashiok's pretty good against me. They also have Souls. Guess I kind of want a Force of Negation. A 3rd Force. And Prismatic Ending seems not that great against them. Let's do something like this. Yeah, 19-1's super good record. The deck's probably reasonable. Now that the black-white decks are not just forcing Grief plus Ephemerate, they can actually win some matches. Seems like we probably have a good matchup against them, though. This is a keepable hand, I guess. Post a link to the tweet. I already closed it. Hold on. Can pull it back up. It's the first thing that comes up if you search 19-1 on Twitter. Probably just want to get a Triome on turn 1, honestly. Yeah, there's the link. I traded my Grief already, so trash it. We'll do both. All for you. Take my Counterspell. I'm thinking about to cast Valki next turn. Oh, they have Vindicate? Well, they do kind of have to choose between Vindicating my land and pushing. I'm glad I cast this before they Vindicated my only black source. They drew Liliana. Well, that's pretty good. We can Prismatic Ending it, though. If we want. We don't even need to do that immediately. Yeah, I think I'm going to discard Brainstone to Liliana. Counter the Vindicate. Assuming they discard push. Also, they left in push against me. It's kind of weird. They drew Liliana into Force. It's really good. I'm just going to draw 2 now, though. So Liliana into Souls, so not Force. We have plenty of answers to tokens. I guess I don't mind that much if they... I kind of want them to plus the Fatal Push out of their hand, though. Yeah, I kind of want them to plus and get the Fatal Push out of their hand. So that we can go for Lurrus. Which is... I mean, they just have so many answers to Lurrus. I can't believe they have push in their deck still. Souls is a Force. Not the Flashback. Not when we have like a bunch of sweepers in our deck. They did discard push. See if they cast the Vindicate. I'll force the Vindicate. And then we get to ending this. And then I think we just play Fortress. I don't think that we need to get Jeskai Triome. Might be good to get it next turn in case we top deck Valki. It's good for us. They didn't play a land last turn, so we can kind of infer that they've got like 2 removal spells of some kind. So do I play around another discard spell by not putting Lurrus in my hand? I think I don't because I think I just put Lurrus in my hand here, and then so that way I can try to get some value off of it next turn. If they drew another discard spell, good for them. Also, like them casting Inquisition when I have Lurrus' Companion, I think is a mistake. I think when I only have 1 card in my hand and I didn't like slam anything, you're supposed to wait till I put Lurrus in my hand to cast Inquisition. See, look, they're a Stoneforge Mystic deck, so this goes Batterskull and the Swords. Doesn't kill the Cauldron, though. That's what it's for. Lurrus is just... it's just... Every time I play with this card, it's just so absurdly good. Oh, you mean just in the deck? What is it for? I see. I think I wait on Brainstone a turn. We'll see. Yeah, it's best for Stoneforge Mystic, Affinity, Blood Moon decks. I had 2 yesterday. I felt pretty good, but I ended up cutting 1 for Kataki. Yikes. I don't have a fetchable green source here, unfortunately, because I have the Breeding Pool in play. This turns off my Brink's Light, which is also like pretty unfortunate for me. I crack both Baubles now, so I can try to draw an instant. They have Vindicate on top. Not a super impactful card here. Another Bauble. Verdict is okay. Maybe we can just draw Entreat the Angels. Thank you, Esther.
It's latte.
I see, yes.
Oh, thank you, Esther.
Yep. Dude, they vindicated my Zagoth Triome, and now I can't Valki, but I can eventually Brainstone it back and then bring to light. Really timely Vindicate. Gonna see if we can draw Counterspell, so I'm gonna Bauble now. They're drawing Thoughtseize. Ugh. Turok into Thoughtseize to have a 3/3. Alright, Entreat the Angels off the top. They took the wrong card, I think. Because that doesn't do anything with Ashiok in play, and then this is my last Valki, but we're dead. Gonna go to game 3. On the play seems really good for us. Maybe we can draw Veil of Summer. Pro white. Turok is pro white. Oh no. Oh no. We got Terminus for it. I think we'll be okay. EE for more ways to be Planeswalkers. I feel like I'd play more Prismatic Endings. We have 3 Prismatic Endings. It's gonna be fine. Let's keep this. This is my only fetchable untapped green source, so I have to play it on turn 1, which is like a super obvious Veil of Summer, but what are they gonna do? They're a Vindicate, Thoughtseize, Inquisition deck. Yeah, Supreme Verdict also handles Turok. Yeah, we have enough answers for it. I don't think we need to adjust that much. Turn to the dark side. Yeah, we're not playing Counterbalance. I mean, you could play it, but I think it's not optimal. Voidwalker's okay, I think. Supposed to defeat the Veil of Summers, not join them, yeah. Turn to the dark side today. We did defeat the Veil of Summers earlier, though. Guess I'm just going to draw 2 off of Basic Island. I mean, that's my only option if I want to draw 2. take my Counterspell, I'm assuming. Soul Guide Lantern? That card doesn't do all... I guess it's okay against Lurrus, but they already have Voidwalker as graveyard hate. I'm not sure if I'm cracking the Bauble. Probably will on their turn. But it being exiled for Lurrus is a bit awkward. I guess they have Lantern, though, anyways. It's also pretty, like, really good if we can, like, find a Force of Negation for Vindicate. Let's see what they're drawing. They're drawing Field of Ruin. Do I have minus on the Voidwalker? They can Shambling Vent, but then I get to go... If that's their turn, then I get to go, like, Tibalt plus next turn. They're drawing... Yeah, they're still drawing Field of Ruin. And then I can maybe have Veil of Summer up, so let's do this. Oh, and I can't have Veil because I don't have another untapped green. They could have cast Counterspell. This needs to be untapped and not summoning sick. Maybe I should just plus, though. Yeah, that's just plus. Ding, 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 ding. Probably should have waited to kill Voidwalker before cracking Bauble. Well, it's like, it gives us a bit more information about how we want to sequence things. Like, if we draw Force of Negation, then it's like a pretty obvious choice. They can't Thoughtseize my Force if they have Vindicate. On your Charm last turn, they could have cast Counterspell my Charm. I mean, that's totally fine, I think, for us. All right, we've won our last 8 matches with this deck, killing it. I see what you're saying, but I mean, kills the Voidwalker to do that. Just not enough, though, really. I can keep this. Playing against Yorion. Maybe a Taxes deck. 100% 5-color Niv. Don't know how our matchup is. Probably okay. Oh yeah, they were playing Amulet the other day. That's right, that's right. Soul Snare, in my opinion, is unplayable. It's just so easy to play around for your opponent. Not Amulet Yorion, House of Mana. Seasoned Amulet player, you can tell. We get Fountain Brainstone here. Is Reflecting Pool even that good in the deck? No need for Drown Mana on turn 2? I think Reflecting Pool is pretty good. I think the first copy is, at least. Alright, looks like they're going to Teferi. We need to find Force of Negation or Prismatic Ending. Found neither. Teferi shuts off Miracles. Gross. Didn't find a Shuffle either. Shuts off Bring to Light. We do have Prismatic Endings, though, so maybe I put a minus, they plus. Just go draw 2. Just keep digging, just keep digging. Pool doesn't help cast Tibalt the way our Triomes work. Yeah, but we still like, I think the card is still like good mana fixing. If you disagree, I will not, make you put Reflecting Pool in your version. Right, there's Prismatic Ending. Hopefully it's not too late. Would Brainstone be better if it costs 2 than 1 to activate? Be about the same, probably. They draw a card with Teferi. Well, if they Niv, they're gonna have to discard a bunch. They Vindicate my land. Okay. They also minus. It's kind of unlucky. play it out. Just I'll concede to another Teferi probably. Zeus, thank you for extending your tier 1 subscription through December. It's crazy. I guess we'll have to stream till December then. Alright, this was a beating. Veil Summer is kind of interesting against Vindicate. I don't usually bring it in against Niv. I'm gonna cut the Termini, bring in the Disputes. I feel like the first Veil is probably okay. The ending hits Utopia Sprawl, Red and 6 Teferi. It's probably pretty good. Hey Da Vinci, your the deck that Doom was playing yesterday looked really good. Good job building that. I think I'll keep in the Verdict. And submit. I tried to not like Reflecting Pool until I started getting hands where I could fetch Triome on turn 1, pull for 2, Red and 6. Yeah, Pool is really good. Bant, Red, Black, Miracles, yeah. Is the E consideration how good Teferi? We have 4 copies of Prismatic Ending. I don't think that, which is a 3-mana answer to Teferi. I'm not that interested in playing a 5-mana answer to Teferi in addition to those. We also have a ton of counterspells. It's gonna be okay. Ragavan is 105 ticks. What's my best MTG finish? 2-2 F&M. Oh, also glad to have endings in against that. Might set up for just like 2 Angels. Vindicate is so good in Niv, golly. Steal? Stealing's kind of okay. It's pretty bad against Teferi, though. Alright, all the Steelers would have lost this game. As they should. The stealing is not okay, chat. I don't know why you're always like wanting me to partake in criminal behavior. I think I'm leaving up Cryptic. I could also see Brainstone hold up activation and put Entreat on top / Counterspell though. We can just do that next turn with maybe more mana for more Angels. And then they're not casting anything, so let me just bounce that Forest, draw a card. And my opponent also has never read the card Veil of Summer, forgot to put it in their deck. Cool. Now I get to do both. Might wait a little bit on the Entreat. I'm not going to counter Yorion, I think. It is a 5/5, I guess. 4/5 to answer my 4/4s. Let me fetch and then brainstorm. Obviously this looks like amateur hour, but let me brainstorm before I decide if I want to counter this. I guess we're just kind of all in. Since every fetchable in your deck is an island, any blue fetch is fine, yeah. Maybe a bit better to play Fountains and Misties to like not tell your opponent that all your fetch lands are blue, but probably they're all the same. Yeah, do they have Maelstrom Pulse? They're just gonna get Niv. They put Prismatic Command and Rin and 6 into their hand. Not the best Niv hit at least. Bring to Light would be our best draw. Let's go! MTGO Premium, baby! Guess I'll just play this so I can hardcast another Tibalt next turn. Let's go, dude. Easy clap. Now I have to play game 3 though. Yeah, Prismatic Command, maybe Veil Summer is even a little bit better. Probably just want one. I don't know. We might just get like vindicated out of the game on the draw if we don't have double Veil. Prismatic Ending is pretty good against them if they're playing birds. I want to find room for the second Veil. I guess we can cut a Brainstone if I've got the Terminuses. That maybe makes a lot of sense. I think of Singleton Inevitable Trail, the board against Titan Troll decks. Troll. I honestly have a hard time seeing ever wishing for that instead of Tibalt. And it's also like pretty bad to draw. But it's an option if, you know, Emrakul is a popular card. Our hand's pretty good against Thoughtseize. That was an exciting game. That's a good draw. Kind of. It's fine. Counterspell is very good against Niv. Let me actually play Reflecting Pool here because I'd really like to get a Triome with this. So if they play something that I need to counterspell and I can't get a Triome, it's kind of a problem. Rip my Archmage's Charm. Yeah, our hand is just so good against Thoughtseize. Pretty lucky for us. Has any kind of meta started to form? Yeah, a little bit. Like the affinity decks are super popular, powerful. Hardened Scales kind of in the same vein. A bunch of various aggro decks. A lot of mid-range control decks. There's a lot. I guess it chose poorly on my Triome, huh? It's fine. Okay, I get to Prismatic Ending that. Bought my Valkyries after seeing you still play Bring to Light. Awesome. Yeah, I like this deck a lot. Do I want to... No, there's no way. Put Lurrus in our hand or anything. How does Classic Burm seem to be doing? I haven't played against it that much, but it's probably okay. I feel like they need to put Lurrus in their Yorion in their hand, right? Are any Bring to Light decks playing Garth? No, that card isn't playable, in my opinion. Oh, Garth, One Eye. They do put Yorion in the hand. So now if we draw a fetch land, we can get Zagoth Triome and cast Valki off the Reflecting Pool. Maybe get their Yorion. A kingdom for a fetch land. Got some time though. Yeah, it took me a long time to get these counter spells. They're apparently like very rare. Way more rare than I ever imagined they'd be. The old F6 check. So I Force of Negation this and they Veil. It's also I don't have the Veil of Summer up. Oh, it's so frustrating. I think I'm just supposed to use Force of Negation here. And if they Veil of Summer me, we just let it go. They don't Veil of Summer me. We draw the second key. Is this how our 5-0 run ends? How am I feeling about looking at a Pioneer deck? I mean, I'll take a look. I probably won't be able to offer too much insight. Alright, this is probably the turn we need to top deck the land. There we go. There we go. Let me Valki here. There we go. And oh no, they can double spell though. Oh no. Wait, did they not play a land last turn? They sandbagged Prismatic Vista? What? Dal, thank you for your tier 1 subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. They sandbagged Prismatic Vista. That's so weird. No fetchables? They should have fetchables left. Oh, we just have a second Valky. Do you think Esper Blade is just worse than blue-white? No, I think Esper is better than blue-white. But I've been playing Esper. Not worth veiling. Do you see? I don't have a green mana. This is Jeskai Triome. We also know that they have Teferi Time Raveler, which I'm not like super keen to let resolve. And we also have second Valki, which kills them very quickly. They're at 10 life. If we can just turn this into a 6/6. Especially if we just draw like a land, turn Valki to 6/6, just Veil of Summer. It's pretty good. What is the CMC of Valki? 2. That's why we get Lurrus as a companion. Also, see that you're from the CMC gang, not the mana value gang. They discard Bring to Light and Steam Vents, play Prismatic Vista. Their hand is Teferi Time Raveler, Niv, 2 mystery cards. Man, this is brutal. But maybe beatable. Especially because they go to 8 here. So they don't, and then they're going to take Counterspell, I'm assuming. Then it is Teferi, Niv. They took the Valki. Interesting. Well, my Valkis are my graveyards. So Bring to Light's pretty dead. I can use it like as a draw 2 later in the game. I think I'm supposed to go Lurrus in hand with Counterspell up here. Counterspell to Fairy. Why didn't we counter? Because I thought they would take the Counterspell. And if they didn't take... I'd rather them take Valki than Counterspell too, right? Why not counter that to take the... They lose 2 life. Look at their life total. They already know about the Counterspell too. They know almost every card in my hand. Did they draw Veil? They must have drawn Veil to just slam this. They have to have drawn Veil. It's so frustrating. Like, come on. They put Prismatic Command, Vindicate, and Unmoored Ego into their hand. Unbelievably frustrating. We need to draw like Force or another Dispute. Thinking Prismatic Command in response. They might not see the line though. Cool. I guess thinking Prismatic Command on my turn though. It's not that different. Top of my library is also not that cooperative. I think this is where our run ends. I'm more interested in Dragon Rage Channeler plus Kroxa than Dragon Rage Channeler plus Dreadhorde Arcanist. Getting cards in the graveyard for Arcanist is not the problem with that card. Probably would have won if we countered. I mean, that's just like super hindsight bias. Countering is like only good if they... Countering is only good if they draw Veil of Summer, I think. I feel like I just can't... The bias there is crazy. Especially because we have Lurrus, like just bring the Valki back. Alright, I'm gonna hold up. This is like mostly dead anyway, so let's just try to find Entreat off the Brainstone, huh? Yeah, like countering the Thoughtseize and casting Valki plays super well around top decked Veil, which just doesn't feel like that reasonable to play around. You can't Veil Valki, but they top decked it. They didn't have it in their hand the turn we would have cast it. But you also can't Veil Valki, I think. It's each opponent. Oh, it is target. Or, yeah, each opponent. Why is it each opponent? So dumb. They're gonna name Entreat, right? What if we veiled the Thoughtseize? We couldn't veil the Thoughtseize. We didn't have green mana available. Chat. I would have veiled the Thoughtseize if I had green mana available. Ah! Golly. I would have veiled like the 2 spells before that we could have veiled if I had the green mana. Okay, keep this. Yeah, I know we fetched the Jeskai Triome, but Jeskai Triome made more sense to me than Sultai Triome because we had Prismatic Ending in our hand, right? I think it was the right decision at the time. We just proceeded to draw green and black cards. Captor, thank you for your 3-month reset. Appreciate you. Yeah, you can play both. You can play both Dragon Rage Channeler and Magmatic Channeler, and then that might be good. And just play Lurrus as a companion in that deck. Oh no. Oh no. I actually can maybe just steal. Why not for Telcard plenty of mana? What would? Oh, sorry, I forgot that was a repeat of one of our greatest hits. It's a good meme. Every time you flood out, Spike, what are you about thinking about putting this expensive card draw spell in your deck? Seems like it would be great here. Thoughts on my old Sprite Blade list? I feel like you want to be on other cards besides Sprite at the moment. They got Embercleave? Maybe they'll cleave their monkey. That would be pretty good for us. Then we get to steal. Please, please cleave the monkey. Please. You get 2 monkey triggers if you Embercleave opponent. Did you know that you get 2 Ember? Oh, here, if I was playing paper, if this was a GP, I'd say, do you get 2 triggers if you Embercleave monkey? That's exactly what I'd say. I'd say, that triggers twice? And then they would, of course, Embercleave. And they're not doing it. If this was paper, I would have surely gotten them. Would have surely gotten them. Second monkey. Oh no. Shane, 17 months. Welcome back. Appreciate ya. That's Brainstone, I think. Don't sound so excited. Sorry, we're coming off a pretty brutal game. Do we play around Cauldra? I guess they could just vial it in. Sorry, they could just put it in and then equip. How do you survive this Monkey Sword? I could hit Terminus off Bauble here. Also, like, we can take a hit, maybe. We do have to draw spells at some point, though. Raugrin Triome out of the deck. Delta out of the deck. This is cool. Do I get to hit them with the monkey? And then I get to ending theirs. It's looking pretty good. Things are swinging back in our favor. I guess I could have also Lurrus bobbled. It's probably not better though. You on TikTok? Yeah, but you have to like find my secret account. I like to keep it hidden as a challenge for viewers to discover. That's where I actually post all of my deck lists before I stream with them. So if you want to get ahead of the curve, if you find my TikTok, you can get free, faster information. It's not really like maybe the way that you should, if you're going to be a content creator, that might not be the best way to like maximize like your engagement with your audience or maximize you know, everything, but it's just what I feel like is right for me at this moment. So if we fetch, we do die to another Stoneforge attack. So I think we're not fetching at the moment. Also, the fetch is kind of nice with like maybe Brainstone or Bauble. Hallelujah. Dude, the Entreat's like unironically been good. I thought it was going to be a meme, but I feel like having access to it's pretty good. Thoughtseize feels like a good way to lose to Lightning Bolt. So let's not lose to Lightning Bolt. I think I'm going to play this deck in the challenge on Saturday. Maybe I'll play both challenges. I don't know. I need to not stream on Sundays, actually. I need to, like, take days off. Last Sunday was my first day not streaming in like 2 weeks, and then I still recorded a video for Channel Fireball and like wrote articles. So I'm still going to be doing that. So I don't think that I can be streaming 7 days a week and then also doing articles and videos for CFB. I haven't got tricked into clicking on a link called Monkey Miracles. That's awesome. It's awesome. Perfect. I found a way to make Brainstone Counterbalance work. I don't think that it's good. I think it's just better to not play the Counterbalance. Like, you could put Counterbalance in this deck, but like, I have no idea how you'd make room for it. And I mean, I love that card, but Brainstone is somewhat of an enabler for the deck. It's not like the best enabler ever. It's a much worse enabler than Mystic Sanctuary. Maybe you got to take 2 days off streaming and one of the days off is for articles. Yeah, maybe. That might be what things look like at some point. With MH2, I think I still need to be going really, really hard. But maybe once things simmer down a little bit, I'll like take a day off a week. Oh, what a good draw. Get the white source in case we miracle. Ah! Sad. Five-minute streams 74 times a week. Do CFB videos get more views on my channel? I've only made one CFB video. It does get more views than it did get more views than my YouTube channel usually gets. But it's also true that, I mean, one, CFB has like a lot more subscribers. Two, people, my fans, I'm sure, were excited for my first Channel Fireball video. And I also put like effort into my Channel Fireball videos while the YouTube is just uploaded stream VODs, which has been like the best way for me to handle that, I think. But like I actually like sat down and recorded that video rather than just it being an uploaded stream VOD. Oh, and my second Channel Fireball video actually comes up today, though. It's going to be with the Phoenix deck, so if you guys keep an eye out for that, leave a like, say, hey, Channel Fireball, I like that you hired Aspiring Spike, I like watching these videos, but only say that if it's true. That would be cool. Seal of Cleansing the Brainstone. I think I'm just going to crack the Brainstone. Yeah, the work ethic is definitely, it was, I don't know. I've worked so much harder at this than I've at any job in my entire life, which really isn't saying all that much because I, didn't necessarily work the hardest at some of my older jobs, but, for, like over a year, grinding the day job and streaming like 5 hours a day was really tough, but it was also worth it, and it was really fun and rewarding. But it was very, very time consuming. Get up at 7, get home at 9. Yeah, definitely worth it for sure. Most fun I ever had was turn 1 Phoenix on the play. How'd you do that? I'm here for the jokes. I guess Thought Scour is how you did that? I'm going to the Hunter Burton for sure. Would not miss that event. So we're drawing Seal of Cleansing. Maybe I just need to try to draw a land. Looting Double got shot, yeah, maybe. Consider changing your display name to CFB Aspiring Spike like other Cool Kids sponsored streamers. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that, honestly. I know Pleasant Kenobi goes by Pleasant Kenobi. But you know, there was a paper grinder in me, a tournament player before I became Aspiring Spike, and that person's name was Everett Mohan. And I don't know, I don't, you know, I obviously go by both names, and I enjoy both names, but I kind of like, I think I like the Channel Fire. Like, Channel Fireball is like a very professional environment, and like using my real name on it, I think is good. Truthfully, though, it was not a conversation that I had with Channel Fireball. They just chose to go with Everett Mohan, but I'm sure they would change it if I asked. I think it's important to keep your own brand. Yeah, I just kind of hate words like brand and I don't know, just like the things you're fucking supposed to do as a streamer, you know. Maximize your brand, make sure you get your impact at the click through and the blah 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 blah. I just hate it, you know. Like seeing my name Everett Mohan on Channel Fireball, like it means a lot to me, you know. So if it's, you know, not maximizing my brand, I think I can take some loss in the LV, in the EV, you know? Just a little bit of EV loss. Yeah, networking too is also a word I hate. She is so grummy. I really like the name Aspiring Spike. It of course means a lot to me, but I don't know. I think I like using my real name for CFB. I don't feel super strongly though. Brand can sound like a meaningless buzzer, but it means keeping consistent so people can find your offerings easy. Yeah, I totally get it. I get it. It's just like I have reasons why I don't want to do it though, you know? And if like the reason why I would be like trying to, if the reason for me using Aspiring Spike would be to like just maximize my brand potential, I feel like that's just not something I'm that interested in. Alright, so 2 lands into Spellbomb land. Not that good, huh? So the only way we can save Tibalt from the Seasoned Pyromancer Assault is by playing Lurrus as a blocker, which is pretty bad against any removal spell. But this is a sideboard game where my opponent's a lot less likely to have removal spells. But maybe it's just better to go like lure it, like let Tibalt die and try to maximize some value off Lurrus next turn. I think that's actually probably good. I think that if our Lurrus dies and they get to kill Tibalt, we're just like kind of out of gas. But if our Lurrus is still in our hand and we can protect it with Counterspell, I'm feeling a lot better. That is a great comment, No Bits. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to optimize your concurrent viewership across media platforms to maximize the gain incremental monetization of different consumer category bases. What a good comment. Golly. Alright, we've got Seal of Cleansing. Hopefully they don't get Cauldra. We can beat Cauldra, though. They got the Cleave. It ain't easy being Cleavy. Well, I can't Seal of Cleansing and Brainstone and hold up Counterspell. Do I need to Seal of Cleansing? It's like the Brainstone is 3 damage. On here is a 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, no, it's just 7. Yeah, then we go to 4. Let me just guess Valki, I think. Ooh, boy. Seal of Cleansing is the nuts here because it also gets the Batter Skull if we played off Lurrus. What's my take on the all-important controversy about whether Asmore food deck should be called Hell's Kitchen? Cool, fun deck names like that are always really fun. They do need to happen organically, you know. I would be down to call it Hell's Kitchen, but I think the community as a whole has to also be down, you know. Those kind of names just need to happen organically. She goes by Asmore? I never thought about that, but of course she would like not go by her full name, right? Maybe she would. Maybe she has a similar problem that I do, where no one wants to learn her real name. So they're gonna go for Batterskull instead, I see. So what's Brainstone then? Because we can only Seal of Cleansing once. It's actually really good for them that they're taking this line. So I guess why don't we Prismatic Ending this, then play the Cleansing, and then their Embercleave isn't doing all that much. Can't really attack though, not yet. Or is it Everett Spike? So I don't think it's that one. How many channel points does it take for you to make a life decision for me? Also 1 million. Seal of Cleansing looking very good. With Lurrus. They're gonna cleave? Nope. So they drew something better to do with their mana. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Pretty good. One more card. Can get out of this, we can find Cryptic Command. I guess I get to attack with Lurrus too. Oh yeah, they also don't have any white mana for Cleave, but they can also just hardcast Cleave. Then it's Cleave mystery card. Bant Valki. Yeah. Wait, they can't cast Cleave. Cleave costs, yeah, we can just block and activate. I mean, maybe this is bait somehow, but I don't think it is. I just don't know what they can have. Unless I misremember how Cleave works, but I think I've played enough Standard to understand. And they play the land post-combat. Yeah, sometimes you make a mistake, you know. It's fine. Yeah, so they forgot to play the land. Then we get attack for 5 here. Shump block? Sure. I guess I'll play the island. Probably doesn't matter that much. So Embercleave, mystery card. If they draw a land, they can play the Cleave on defense. And then it's just erased for us to draw Cryptic Command. Moon seems just as bad for their deck. I think it's a little bit better against us than it is against them. A little bit. Yeah, we can play this. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but we can play the Harbor, yeah. There's no way they attack and cleave. This is not the line. Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is. They go down to a very low life total. Any castable spell will take it. Doesn't even have to be cryptic. I feel like we've honestly gotten a little unlucky to not hit like any of our Counterspell, Archmage Charm, Force of Negations. Or like more artifact cantrips, but whatever. It's fine, we're doing okay. If they ever kill this, we do just like lose the game. Why did I say that? They're gonna kill it. Oh, Dashing Monkey. Dashing Monkey, huh? So they have 8 damage. Is there one unknown card Bolt? It can't be Bolt. They would have killed Lurrus. There's no way. This was their draw for turn, I'm assuming. But what did we leave on top? Hallowed Fountain, that's right. This is actually good for us to like dig in our library deeper. It's Spyro? How is it Spyro? So they're dead to Cryptic Command. I guess they must have drawn the monkey last turn. We did. The monkey did get us like one card deeper, which is a big deal. We've had so many looks at just any blue card. Yes! It's literally the last one. So nuts. We just go tap draw, right? If they had a removal spell, they would have already played it. You go like tap bounce to play around Fatal Push. Because we're gonna veil up. Oh, let's go, dude. Woo! That was a match. And 4-1, first league of the day. 5-0 the league before. I like this deck a lot. We're gonna run it back. Been liking this deck a lot. Aether's Marvel, Misty Rainforest. Pretty good. What's this? Draw a card? We haven't played Zombie Bombardment.